7th episode of Put It in Perspective. Unfortunately, Swada will not be joining us today. She's not feeling well. But we do have two lovely guests joining us, Tosha and Noah. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
All right, my name is Tosha.
Fit it. Okay, go.
You said my name is Tosha. I'm a high schooler based out of Watuki, and I'm ready for the Put Into Perspective podcast.
Yeah.
My name is Noah. I'm also a high schooler based at Tuki, and I'm also ready for the Put It Into Perspective.
Yes. We're all ready. Okay. All
Hell
right.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Sneha, do you want to go first with your hot take?
Oh, my hot
Yes.
take? Okay. So do you guys know the trend on social media where like usually the girlfriend in a relationship would be like, "Oh, would you still love me if I were a worm?"
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that whole trend?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I think people dismiss it as being like really dumb, but I think it's a logical question.
Why?
Where is this coming from, Sneha? I don't see this.
I don't think I could love a worm. I mean,
Okay.
I could.
I could.
Okay. Because so beneath the silliness of it all, I think there's this core human fear of like, would I still be lovable if I were to change? You know? I don't think the question should be interpreted like literally. I think it should be like metaphorical. And so even if you were to age or like get sick or you go through these like huge life changes or your beliefs change or whatever, I think it's good to know that your partner would like stick with you through that. I do think there are better ways to gauge commitment, but I'm just saying, especially in young relationships where you don't want to address it head on, funny questions like that are like,
I see that, yeah. I feel like whenever someone asks, will you love me if I was a worm? You're just like asking for an argument. That's all there really is to it. It's really just like a way for like a toxic girlfriend to get at you and like
Yeah.
do it in a non-confrontational way.
Yeah, like the concept of the question. I get like the whole meaning of the question. Like it can make sense. You know, like would you love me if I changed like drastically and stuff like that. Like that would make sense. It's just it's used like so often in like the wrong situations. You know, you see it in the trend. Where it'll be like a guy like just enjoying his business, playing video games or whatever, and then out of nowhere the question just like spawns in basically. So like I feel like the situation it's used in is usually like the issue, but and I guess it does seem ridiculous with the way it's phrased too, like you said. But the concept and like the main like part of the question isn't like far fetched. I see like what you mean by that.
Yeah. No, I agree with Noah. Have you guys heard the trend where it's like, would you kiss my best friend if it was to save my life? And like, how are you supposed to answer that question?
That is not a trend.
That's like, the relationship is over at that point.
Okay, I see where you guys are coming from. My thinking was just that people are sometimes on autopilot when it comes to questions like this, and they just immediately say yes to questions like, if I were to get like a terminal illness and die, would you still like stay with me or whatever?
How are you
And, like,
supposed to stay with
in-
someone
in-
who's dead? Like, how does that work?
Until they're dead, bro. Just hold out a couple months. Come on.
Yeah.
with this question, like, I don't think people would like answer as blindly, and they would answer more honestly. But honestly, like, I see where you're coming from. The question innately is kind of immature. Like, it's better to address whatever insecurity you have head on with direct communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's used the wrong way. Like, you feel me? Like the question itself asks a really good topic, especially for a long-term relationship. But when you phrase it as a worm, that's obviously something that's super like unfortunate for the boyfriend.
Really?
So you're just putting him in a bad position and then going like,
Right,
oh,
like,
so
honestly, if
you're
I
not
was in a
gonna do it.
relationship with someone and I turned into a worm, I wouldn't want them to love me anymore. I would just like, just let it go. Let it go.
That'd be traumatic. Like I'll just stay in the dirt, bro.
Yeah.
I'll find a worm friend. You know?
Yeah.
Do
At that
whatever
point, I'm
worms do.
digging underground. Okay, I'm starting a new life. Okay. Yeah, and to be fair, like, okay, when you go on a first date with someone, right? You go to them for specific qualities. When you fundamentally change that, you're not the same person anymore. Like, are you really the same person anymore if you're a worm?
Yeah, that's like the
Probably
philosophical
not.
I
question.
don't even think you're a person anymore, bro. I think
But
you're a
like,
worm.
if your
Think-
soul exist, like, can your soul exist apart from your physical
Oh,
form?
like same type of
In
like.
worm form, no. Like worms have like 10 neurons
Okay,
total.
literally.
Like
It's like,
if we think about this in a like a psychoanalytic way, like it's just not happening. Like worms don't really think much.
Yeah, okay, fair.
We got the philosophical, we got the psychoanalytical, we're getting all the perspectives here today.
but I do get it. Like what you're saying about like the soul, like what type of person you are and how like that changes and how like your physical changes too. I still think like usually the situation it's used in is weird, but I do understand like that's part of the point, to like stop the boyfriend from just like going yes dear, yes dear, yes dear, and all that
Mhm.
to almost catch him off guard. So
Right.
I
To be fair to Sneha, I think it also represents something symbolic. Like there was this Shark Tank episode where like the guy came in and he was like, "This is how ashes are given to people at home. It's just a stupid bag, right? And then it's like in a really ugly bag. But then there's this company that turns those ashes into like rocks, like really smooth rocks that you can feel, and like like you can like take with places and you can feel connected to the person, right? And it's like, sure, like they're not the person anymore. They're literally a rock. So like if you ask them, would you love me if you're a rock? You technically are loving them if they're a rock. But it's more of like do you carry me with you? I think that's what the question is more asking.
Uh, so like, if the worm died, would you put me in a bag and like preserve me?
or
No.
would you cremate the worm and then make it into a rock?
That's what we should be asking.
Okay, final thoughts. You want to go first, Neha?
Final thoughts. Like, yeah, my perspective shifted a little bit for sure because they brought up a good point of how it's like asking for conflict in a way, and there's a definitely more mature way to address the same
Yeah.
thing.
I I also agree, but I think it's not worth to go into the semantics of it. If you're in a relationship with someone, you should be able to say some stupid things and just get away with it. But that are not like insulting, of course. But like just say some random things out of your head, intrusive thoughts, right? But yeah, there's nothing deeper to it. I think. Yeah. What about you guys?
I think we think about it really pessimistically, but really it's a cute way of asking someone if you'll love them through health and sickness.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I kind of agree with Sneha that it's generally like a positive question, and it's just a nicer way to ask a deeper intonation question.
Mm-hmm. Right. What about you?
Yeah, no, I mean, my perspective definitely did change because I used to thank you. I used to think that that question was like, it's just like I dismissed it like she said at the beginning, like it's just a excuse for being like jealous or like um not overprotective, but there's a word that I'm forgetting, but like being toxic almost. But there is like like you said a logic behind it because the question is like at its core reasonable. It's just like the way it's asked and the situation it's asked is like really not the best. And it's like such a common question too that it's um like almost like tradition to dismiss it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you get asked would you love me if I'm a worm, like the first thing you think is okay, this is like a stupid question. But it is like it does have like a serious like question of would you love me through like death and sickness and all that at like its core. So it's still like a reasonable question and all that, but I still believe it's wrong situation, wrong wording.
Yeah.
And yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go on to our next hot take. Traditionally, we do it so we do our hot takes before you guys do. We'll save your hot takes for last. So I'll go next.
I
My
got you.
my hot take is that studying to be a doctor is overrated. That's my hot take.
That's a hot take,
That
man.
it is a
That's one
hot
hot
take.
take.
It is a hot take. I'm not saying a doctor is bad. Like I want to live, right? The doctor helped me live, but but like imagine going to like school for 4 years just to go to med school, and then after that go into residency, and then after that not really be guaranteed a job after that. Why are you going through all those hoops and going through all this debt? It's like it's not the most rewarding, and then you get the trauma of like dealing with like people dying and like not doing surgery correctly. It's like it's not a very giving job in my opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking about this with my like dad the other day because he still wants me to go into like pre med,
Uh-huh.
I think, And I'm like a little hesitant because of what you said.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a lot. And I don't know if I want to miss out on like so much, especially when I'm like younger
Mm-hmm.
per se. Like residency can take like a while too. Like all these things can take like a decade or like over a decade sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes off like a good portion of your life, and that's like people say some of the best years of your life are like 20s, 30s at
Yeah.
like the most. So I don't think I'd like want to miss that. So I don't disagree. I'll say that.
I
And I
mean,
like. Oh, go ahead.
sorry, I think like just based on the current system, you kind of have to take 4 years of pre-med,
Mm-hmm.
especially because med school has become so competitive that
Mm-hmm.
you're going to need to do volunteering, shadowing, research and whatnot, and you don't have time to squeeze this in. And I honestly think that's an integral part of being a doctor, especially if you're going to become a research doctor or some certain practice. You definitely need to have at least a couple hours before you go into residency in med school.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. I was gonna ask though, like, is a hot take like you personally don't think that the sacrifices of like pursuing the career are worth it, or like you think too many people go into it without knowing about like the
Yeah, I
sacrifices?
think okay. I
Or-
don't think people go into it without knowing the sacrifices. I think they're well aware.
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
just my opinion is that I don't think it's worth it.
Okay.
Yeah. But like you're pursuing pre med and stuff like that, right? Like what's your perspective on this?
Um, well, I definitely understand like what you guys are saying of like it's definitely delayed like gratification because you lose your 20s to a lot of studying and it's going to be like 10 to like 14 whatever years to finish all your education before like you actually get a stable career. But I think like ultimately I just think for me like sacrificing the early income for like if you feel like a deep sense of purpose in it, then it's like a conscious like choice that you're making, and it's not like a trap that you fall into, which I know you're saying that it's not. So yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, I
fair.
mean,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
if you have like yeah, if you have like a strong passion for like stuff like this, like if you truly like find purpose in, like you said, like then it's definitely worth it, I think, because you spend those 10 years doing what you like think is like best for you and what you love. It's not wasting your 20s. If anything, it's like making the most of it, even if like a lot of it is like stuck in a library or something like that. It's still like doing what you love, and in the end you'll get to like work in that profession too, so you'll be able to do what you love for the rest of your life too. So it's definitely worth it if you like truly truly love it. But I honestly, I do think sometimes kids go, or like people go into it without knowing like some of the sacrifices. At least I know, like you brought that up before, and you said usually they do go in knowing the sacrifices, and I agree. It's just that sometimes when they go in with not knowing the sacrifices, it could be like pretty bad. Like like depression will like probably hit them or something like that. Because going through all that like work for something that they might not be that passionate in, and like they didn't expect it, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. And like more to add on that, it's like the way I kind of see it, like going to pre med and like doing the whole doctor thing is kind of like it's like launching a rocket ship to like Saturn, right? It's like it's you're going there, and if you reach there, like you'll probably be fine. But like if you want to eject halfway through, you're kind of screwed. Like what are you gonna do halfway through? You don't want to do med school, right? Like let's say you like 3 years into med school, it's like I don't want to do this anymore. It's like really hard to eject that as opposed to like let's say like engineering is a pretty hard major too. Like, but let's say you want to eject after your second year of engineering, it's much easier to recover from that than like med school. Yeah, that's the way I see it at least.
Well, I think like pre-med, that's what it's for. Like pre-med is to find out if you're really fit for the doctor route.
I see it.
Like say like you're gonna do biology or like biomedical engineering, you
Hmm.
still have alternatives. You have biotechnology,
Hmm.
you have research, you can go for your post grad or whatever.
Right.
And so pre-med kind of gives you that time to figure out if you're really really up for being a doctor.
I see it.
And that's I think is like an integral part because going to be a doctor, that's like at least 10 years of your life. So
Hmm.
you really need to make sure that you're not just able to do it, but it is what you want to do for the rest of your
Right.
life.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Like, what was your thought process? Like not like like putting aside the purpose, like what was your thought process behind like wanting to go to pre med and everything?
Um, for me, like a lot of my like things that I did throughout high school were like medicine oriented, and when I put myself in that environment, like I know like medical professionals, they have like more bad days and good days a lot of the time, but like at the end of the day it felt like really rewarding,
Mhm.
so I thought it like I don't know, I just want to like keep
That's fair.
experiencing
That's
that.
fair. Do you guys have anything more to add?
um
I just wanted to add that I think that's really important. That sense of purpose is really important because a lot of people go into fields because they find it like fun or like they're good at it. But I think you can't really do a job for the rest of your life until you find like purpose. Because at some point you're gonna have some crisis where you question like, why am I even doing this? And if you don't have an answer, it's gonna be like rough. So having that sense of purpose is like that's I think really important, especially for the pre med field, because of how long it takes. So
Actually, yeah, like I think it's easier to stay in the medical field than it is to stay in like engineering or banking or something because you can see the humanitarian effects of what you do directly at your job. Like, say if you're doing like accounting or something, you don't even know who you're really helping, and it's probably no one that's incredibly poor or in bad health. But when you're a doctor, you can really see the effects of your own work, and I think that makes you stay in your job much longer than others.
I
But I feel like
okay.
in the early years you don't really see that effect though. It's like it's more like on the later years you see the effect on people as you're helping people and like you're doing these trials and everything. Like like at first like the content I've seen, it just seems to be like a really cruel like entrance pass. Does that make sense? Like an entrance trial. Like
I think though, like the burnout that you're talking about, like you experience that with like every intense field. Like it's not unique to
mm,
medicine. It's just like a lot more visible in medicine because like the stakes are so high, and so when people mess up, they like burn it on or they blame it on
right.
burnout.
And it's like it's not even just like the process of becoming a doctor. Like once you become a doctor, you're expected to work like these long hours, and it's just like it's ironic how like being a doctor like is like one of the like careers that takes the most off your life. Like just from what you're doing essentially, like fundamentally, like from the stress, like the long hours you're working, like the trauma you're gonna get, stuff like that. Like where does that go? Like in your whole consideration of like going to pre med?
That it's worth
Okay,
it.
yeah. I know. Sorry.
Like
If
no,
I feel like I'm like, why are you becoming a doctor? That's a bad idea. It's like that's not what I'm trying to
no.
say. But yeah, like it's not too late to change your mind. Like
we got money in business.
yeah, we got money. Yeah, but yeah, I think we talked extensively about this. You guys want to wrap it up?
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Final thoughts today, huh?
Final thoughts. Okay, I see where you're coming from, and so it's just really important that you like go into medicine out of like solely out of like purpose, because like even for money, like that's not going to keep you in the field, because like you can make so much like going into other fields like tech nowadays. Um, so yeah, it's just like uh, well, yeah,
Okay.
that's basically it.
But you guys, your final thoughts.
I'm gonna say, like, I still highly support the medical route. Like, obviously, it's definitely a grind, but it
Hmm.
should be because they're the people that you put, your life for. So I think that honestly, it's worth the grind. But I do think that people that go into pre med should really know what's coming for them in the next years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to track back to the point of purpose. I think it was already brought up by like Noah and Tosha, but I think something I wanted to take away is that purpose is like really important. To me, it's the most important factor when considering like what you want to do when you grow up, and you can see it a lot in like pre med, of course, and that gives reason to why like people might choose it and sacrifice so much for it. You can see it in other like jobs too, even if it doesn't like show directly. Like banking or something, it might not show it, but people can definitely like find purpose in there. But yeah, I just the main thing I took away was the importance of like purpose in your
For sure.
Yeah.
job.
Okay. That's great. Okay. Which one of you guys want to go first with your hot takes?
I'll go first. I think, me personally, my hot take is that you should get into dating earlier instead of waiting until after you finish school and whatnot.
Oh, okay. Okay. That is a hot take.
I
That's a at least for us. At least for the two
I
people
know,
on
I know.
call. Okay.
I think for everyone
we
here, but
talked about like middle school dating
Yeah,
is
we
good.
talked about we didn't publish that episode actually.
Yeah.
Remember? We took it
Yeah.
down, yeah. Yeah. So
ooh,
I,
Wait, what happened to it?
no, it was just like really bad audio.
you
That
didn't
was
get
it.
like
Yeah.
heated or something.
Yeah, we're stopping the podcast on episode 1. Yeah. We're not putting it in perspective.
It's a
Okay?
good year for romance.
It actually was.
That's what happened in that episode. Okay. Well, I want to hear Sneha's thoughts
Okay.
on this. Okay.
Wait, what? You should get into dating earlier rather than later. Like earlier, listen, like how early?
I think like at least
Elementary.
at the beginning of college.
Okay.
Like maybe high
Oh.
school. But like there's people that like really just wait until their studies are over or they're until they're like their 20s to seriously date.
I don't think that's early though. By early, I think middle school. Middle school is
Yeah.
early time
Yeah.
to date.
Yeah.
I think high
I
school is a
think
pretty
like
normal
I
time.
mean like
yeah.
middle school maybe, but I think like high school you should at least, give it an attempt. I think that's probably the best time.
Okay.
Give your best.
Yeah, put your application in, right? Yeah. Early decision. Right.
That's
Okay.
great.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think, Sneha?
Let's see. Well, I definitely don't think you should wait till like after you're done with your education. Like, I think college is like the prime time to meet people because, like, I agree with Mr. Batter on this, okay? That you should like wait till college because then like people are just more sure about where they're gonna go in life, but like they're not to a point where they're like completely settled. Like I think you're at the point of like after college you're just like old and wrinkly and stuff. Just kidding.
Right.
But like during college
24, bro.
Yeah.
24.
24. I mean, you guys will be 24 by the time she's
Just
like,
retire,
like
bro.
35 with med school or something. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, if you're going to pre-med, you got to start dating at some point. You can't wait.
Right.
Get it in early, bro.
Just for the at least
You're
for
gonna
the
start being a
study group,
doctor at like
emotional support,
63.
right? Yeah.
But I wanted to point out too that it's important to consider whether you think like whether you're talking about like serious dating or like just like going on like a date to like homecoming or like Winfo or something like that. Because if you're talking about like just going on like dates to, like school parties and stuff, then that's like to me that's fine. If anything, that's good because experiencing that it's like fun. Like that's just part of the high school experience. If it's not for you, of course, then it's not. But like experiencing that is like part of the high school experience and it's fun. But like seriously dating in high school, I mean, it's not bad. It's different for every person, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, okay, I think
I would
I
start
see what you
more
guys
around.
are getting at, but I think it's more about the point of like I see people like okay, I went on VR chat. You guys know what VR chat is?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I know
it's
what
like
VR chat is.
yeah, you put your headset on and you talk to people, right? And then it sees so many people, and
Yeah,
like, there's this one like world where like you talk to someone for like 3 minutes and it changes, right? I brought the headset to Sneha's house one time. She put it on, and the first person was like, "Are you a woman? I can't handle this pressure," and they left the world. Like things like that, right? I'm like, if in general you're comfortable with talking to the opposite gender, right? Like and like of course like to your own gender as well. Just like having like building those friendships is just as important as like quote unquote like finding people to date. Like if you can do that comfortably, I think you're fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think like you should go through a relationship at least in high school because I feel like it's like the most pure form of a relationship you can have. Because once
Really?
you once you get to like college and whatnot, I feel like there's a lot of more physical attractiveness than there is emotional, and there's also like hookup culture and whatnot. So I really just think like high school is really the best time to find out who you're looking for in a relationship without these other
Yeah,
factors.
to be
I
fair to
don't think
you,
you're like,
like high school is never gonna ask how much you make, right, before they get into a relationship with you. So yeah.
Yeah, like that too. Like once you get to like a career and stuff, then it just becomes like an interview.
but
Like
Right.
it just terrible.
like at a point though, like in high school, I don't know how much like emotional intelligence you have.
Mhm.
Like maybe if you're not doing it for like physical attraction or something like that, but it doesn't mean you're doing it because you truly love them too. Like you usually like ninth grade or 10th grade or something, like you're pretty like not emotionally intelligent, so it wouldn't be like true love. I feel like it's just like you're too young to actually know like how to be in a pure relationship. But I see what you mean. Like there's other pressures as you grow up,
Right.
so
But I
that
feel
that
like
is
okay,
definitely
even
like
when we're going into college, like we're not that emotionally intelligent. Like things will happen to our life. We'll feel
yeah.
like we're not emotionally intelligent at all at college life, right? I think you can always say that kind of. I think the experience is useful and fruitful, but also I don't think if you get into a relationship in high school, you should expect it to last. Okay, that's the one caveat I'm gonna add.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, I think it depends on like how long it is and like how well you know the other person. You shouldn't expect it to last, but like it doesn't mean you can't go into a long distance
Yeah,
relationship. Like you can definitely like try,
yeah.
but it's gonna be hard. Yeah.
No, no, honestly, you should expect it to last. Like if you don't expect a relationship to last, even if it's like kind of far-fetched, then you don't have trust in the relationship at all. And you're always gonna put, half your heart into stuff.
No, I think
So like you really
it
just
depends
gotta
on the
go all
mindset.
out.
Depends on how you frame it. Like, if you frame it as like, oh, whatever I do, it doesn't matter. Of course, it's going to be half-hearted. But if you do it like, hey, I'm just going to make the most of what we have now before it's over, I think you can still have a healthy relationship.
But like
But like if you don't expect it to last, bro, that's not making the most out of it. Like I don't know. Like that's
it's doing it for fun, right?
like if you don't expect something to last, then you're not gonna treat it as something that would last.
Well, like, wouldn't you guys say if you like, let's say you didn't expect like like you had a game in your library and it's not going to exist in 15 days, you're going to play the hell out of that game before it's gone, right? I mean, I shouldn't word it like that. Okay, you guys.
No hell no.
I did not condone this.
I might cut that part out of the podcast, but okay, you guys get what I'm saying, okay?
It's gonna be some like suspicious
Uh,
like random cut where we all like twitch our heads, bro.
Right? Right? That's what happens in this podcast, honestly.
what did Vignesh say this
Yeah.
time?
Sneha, what do you think? What do you think?
Oh, no, I was just gonna wait. No, but you were like finishing your thought. You were
I don't remember what I
um
was saying.
no, like Vignesh was
Oh, I
saying
forgot.
about
I
like
forgot. Go
oh
ahead.
Just go.
Video games, man, like
Right.
if they expire, you gotta play it out of it.
Yeah, we made the hell out of it, right?
Okay. What are you gonna say, Sneha?
let's see. Like I think like I agree with what you said, Noah, about like emotional intelligence. Like you're not gonna be like that emotionally intelligent during high school, or like it's not you're not gonna peak in that time, but also like relationships are the way to develop that, I think. And so like I think we talked about this in the middle school relationship episode as well. But like those relationships, like they rarely ever last, but like that's like how you learn more about yourself and like the way you function around like people that you care about. So um yeah, I think it's always good to not practice, but like get experience with it.
I think about it like an unpaid internship, right?
Just-
That's how Sneha's approaching it. Yeah.
No, don't think about it like that.
Please don't.
Hey, I'm just doing this for the work experience, just to be clear. Yeah.
Once I get a real relationship, you're gone.
Out the door.
Did you put your relationship on LinkedIn?
Um,
Engage with emotional intelligence. Practice
Went through 3 arguments. Really
personal
practicing.
chauffeur and chef for
right.
over 3.
Was thinking about cooking for her, but actually didn't end up cooking.
Was too emotionally intelligent to cook for her.
didn't tell her to make a sandwich, right? All these. Yeah. Um,
But that is true. That is like the best. I wouldn't say the only. I was thinking about saying the only way to develop like true emotional intelligence, but that's not true. But it's definitely like the best way because experience,
like honestly,
firsthand experience
I
is like
think
for
platonic
learning.
relationships are so underrated for how they help you develop as a person. Like
It's true.
you go through so many, like I've went through so many conflicts in my platonic relationships that I only feel stronger like with my bond in them as we go. Like why does it always have to be like dating where you develop this emotional intelligence?
That's no.
That's true.
I think that there is like an aspect of emotional intelligence that goes like to romantic love though. Like you can't like learn about like how to treat like your girlfriend from like playing Smash Bros with your friend, bro. Like you can't
Right.
like learn emotional intelligence from like some things that are platonic. But like I see what you mean. Platonic friendships are like they are actually like really underrated.
Yeah.
I will say like they teach you like a lot. So
But I think the
Like
base.
you gotta
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think you gotta go like all out on like your relationships. Otherwise, you half invest into everything. If you just do that, like you're never really gonna reach a higher emotional intelligence.
You guys say like higher emotional intelligence, like eventually you're gonna reach nirvana. Like,
I
like
know. Nirvana.
I'm so glad we went through this argument. I have higher emotional intelligence. Also, I think there's a lot to learn from observing. Like, I'm not saying like you look at people in relationships, but like like when you hear drama about relationships and how they kind of fall out, whether it's on the internet or whether it's locally, I think there's a lot you can learn from that as well. Like that you don't have to personally go through to experience yourself.
I don't
it's
know.
it's never the same as like
That's
being
true.
in a
That's
relationship.
true. I think
And like this and being in a relationship like it stays with you more because if you did something wrong like you're gonna remember that like that's
right.
gonna like stick in your head rather than if like some like celebrity did something wrong
Yeah.
and like no that's that like you're not gonna remember that.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, bro,
Also,
you
I
gotta
think what's
experience it
underrated
first, you know.
too. But one of the things underrated too is like there's a lot you can learn from relationships that fail to start, if you know what I mean, right? Like let's say like you ask someone out, right, and they rejected you, right? How you handle that rejection is also really important. Like if you don't even make the effort to ask somebody, right, you never do that during high school, there's a lot you're missing out on. Yeah.
No, that's true. Re- rejection rejection is redirection.
Rejection hires my
No,
emotional
but
intelligence, guys. Yeah.
there is a lot to learn. There is a lot to learn just from asking anybody out, someone
Yeah.
out, or anything like that.
Yes.
So would you do your
Uh,
high school any differently, Sneha, now that you've heard this information? No?
no,
Okay.
I don't think so.
I'm asking out every man.
One per day.
One per day.
Okay. But what were you gonna say?
That's okay. Oh, this is an interesting question, but I don't think I would. I don't know. I don't think I would make more of it. But it's a very individual thing, I think. Um, but I think I was gonna say something not fully related, but like during high school is like when you're like experiencing all these raw emotions. A lot of like everything is so emotional and existential during high school, and you're like forming your personality or like identity or whatever. So I think like in that way it's actually good to have a relationship during that time because it'll become like a huge facet of like who you are uh if you grow from like a breakup or
It
since you
it
haven't oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
oh it can be a bad thing too. Is what I wanted to bring up. Like if you get into a toxic relationship, like that can like kind of do some things to, like your personality. It can like leave you like distrusting. Like I know you mentioned like putting like everything into each relationship, but if you get like betrayed in a relationship, for example, it's gonna be hard for you to put everything into like future relationships and like be a better friend and things like that. So I think it can like harm you too, which is important to
Mhm.
consider.
Yeah, okay. Since you haven't been in a relationship, like, what do you expect to get from
Uh,
It's-
hmm.
no.
You guys could all answer this.
one? Yeah, honestly, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like a relationship, like romantically, will be like fulfilling in other ways that like you can't get from platonic relationships. I don't know. It's like someone who like knows like everything about you and like even all your flaws and like stays with you despite and maybe even like because of them.
Yeah, but that's just
Yeah.
like a deep platonic relationship, I think. Like the way you're interpreting that. Like, so
That is what a relationship is,
that's
bro.
fair. That's fair. Like, I'm not. My question is, if it of course can be that, but do you think there's no difference between like a relationship with like dating and like fundamentally like compared to a deep platonic relationship?
Well, you have to be like attracted to the person,
That's
Yeah.
fair.
obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it's like primarily the physical aspect of like being physically attracted to someone. That's like the biggest difference between a platonic. But I mean, there's also like certain things that even platonic friends wouldn't do. Like just it's like a different level of relationship for sure.
Okay. What do you think?
Like you can't say they're the same. They're really
Yeah,
not.
there are. They're not the same, but they like you're like a Venn diagram. Like they have definitely have some similarities. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean so does everything. But like for example like loyalty. Like you don't have to be loyal to one good
Mm-hmm.
friend, but you do have to be loyal to one
Yeah.
relationship. And there's just like it's completely different.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Unless you want an open relationship, which is another bag of worms that I'm not gonna get into. But yeah. Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah. You were gonna say Noah?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Vignesh, what would you look for in a
Me?
relationship?
Uh,
Yeah, you.
I would look for like first thing first should be same like core values. That's for sure, right? And like if we share humor, I think humor is a really big part for me in any sort of relationship. If you don't share the humor, it's going to be really like miserable to like just to be with you. Yeah, and then it's going to be like I want them to like pursue something that's meaningful for them. Like I want to be with someone who's passionate about what they're doing. Yeah, those are the three big main things for me.
And they have to
That's
be
true.
from Brazil.
Yes, yes. Right.
They gotta be Brazilian.
Right. I have a type, guys. Yeah, for sure. What about you,
That's
Sneha?
valid.
I
That
think
is valid.
let's all do this in a row. Actually, it's pretty interesting. I'm curious.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I was like, you
Let's
asked
all
me
do
the
this in a
question
row.
like, what do I look for in a relationship? Like, let's just do that.
Oh, okay, okay,
Let's ask
wait.
everybody what they look for in a relationship. What do you look for, Sneha?
Your turn.
No, it's fair, bro.
Well, she already
Uh,
said it.
No.
Oh, she didn't. Yes, she did.
Oh, she didn't.
I mean, like,
If you don't want to
kind
answer,
of.
it's okay.
no, I'm just thinking. I haven't thought that much about this, but like, definitely someone who's just like kind, caring, and
Hmm.
empathetic. Like, just like nice to everyone. Or yeah,
I'll add that to mine as well. I forgot. Okay, go ahead.
yeah. Yeah, definitely like sense of humor. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I think it's kind of dumb to like ask like what you're looking for in a
Oh, you
person.
asked
Like,
me. What are you talking about?
You asked it, bro.
no, 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 no. I take it back. I feel like it's stupid. Like you'll just meet someone and you'll like them.
You still have to answer.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
obviously there's no like values. Like and they're all pretty generic. Like obviously you want someone funny. Like who the hell
There's
doesn't?
there's one thing I wanted to bring up though, like that. I don't know if it's like a requirement, but like I'd hope I'd like have with someone like that I look for romantically is like comfort in like silence. Because I feel like a lot of the times with
Mm,
people like sitting in like silence and like reading a book, like doing something like it feels awkward. But there's like some people that you just feel like you don't need to like talk to them constantly. You could just like be there in silence with them, and I think that's like something that I would like look for maybe.
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
Metaphor's
like
kind of weird, but
you can't look for that. Like when you meet someone initially, there's no way
yeah,
like you're comfortable in silence. Like this is
yeah,
something you
yeah.
develop.
But
Yeah. Like yeah, we were talking about this a
yeah,
lot actually. Uh,
no,
we were recording our intro and stuff. We were in the car, right? We're just talking about like how we're kind of comfortable being in silence with each other, just like how things
Oh
turned out.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, that's like, I don't know. To me, that's like maybe not like a requirement, but it's
yeah.
important, you know.
That's for sure. And also, it also depends on like your personality. If you're more anxious in general, like no matter who you're with, you'd want to fill that space with like some kind of noise, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it like
that's
totally
true.
depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have anything more to add? I feel like Sneh has something brewing in her mind.
No, like
What are you brewing, Sneha?
Show us.
I don't know. But like this thing came to mind. I don't know if you guys have watched the show. Probably
Just
not. But like there's a show called Indian Matchmaking on Netflix, and it's about like literally like about arranged marriages and like um it's just I watched the first few episodes and it kind of like pissed me off like the way each person would like develop a list about what they wanted in another partner, and then like the meetings being so artificial and like they were checking off boxes, like kind of like what Tosha was talking about. Like it's kind of like not the best question to ask, like what do you look for in a partner, like like almost viewing it as like boxes to check off because like
yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
messed up. Like, I think maybe for like physical qualities, because I feel like everyone has some sort of type. I think that's something that we just have ingrained,
Mhm.
and it's okay to
Mhm.
have like those qualifications. But as for personality, like it's really just it's too complex to just categorize someone, and I think you can never really do that to someone. I feel like it's almost a little insulting.
Yeah, for personality, I think it's more of a feeling than the actual personality itself that you get around them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
yeah. But tell us more about this like Indian matchmaking. So I'm so curious. Like,
So you just wanted a show recommendation.
wait, is it like 90 Day Fiance? Like, is it any different or?
I don't know what that show is, but like
It's already
it's like literally like parents putting their children up for sale. I feel like one of the episodes was called
oh,
titled
that's
like
bad.
Wait, oh, do you guys know that matchmaking show? But it's like, okay, this sounds really bad, but it's just people with Down syndrome that are just like, dating each other.
oh yeah, Love on the
Love on the Spectrum.
Spectrum.
I
Love on the
love
spectrum.
that.
Yeah,
It's the
I love
most
that
pure
show.
form of dating. Like I've watched a few episodes. It doesn't feel like they're checking off boxes. They're just there to get to know each other. Maybe we can all
I
can
didn't.
benefit from being on the spectrum, guys. Okay, so yeah, I'm
I didn't
joking.
know that was a thing.
No, it is a thing, but like I think it's actually like it's very sweet to see. It's so much better than like other like toxic dating shows where it's like, are you
Yeah,
6 foot? Are you under 200 pounds? And
right.
like, do you make six figures? It's like it's just
Yeah,
back and forth and has nothing to do with how much you actually like a person.
right. It's like what Snea was saying earlier. It's like a job interview, right? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this is kind of off topic, but like, what does your ideal date look like setting wise? Like, you know, like, is it like in the picnics or is it like bowling? Like, what would that look like for you?
Wait, who are you asking?
Like everybody, okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I I'll go first. I really like the city, so
Mhm.
I would probably not say
It's like
something
a
with
library.
maybe a library in the teen center. Or like college.
Two people.
No,
You guys
no,
just like
but
read a book together.
it it I would go for something like maybe not as scenic. I know it's weird to say not as scenic, but like I just really like the like city environment. So I probably like get like a treat, some like ice cream, or and watch like a movie. I know it's like cliche,
Hmm.
but like I don't
Yeah,
know. I like the cliche. I feel like it's
yeah,
like
that's
normal,
pretty fun.
you know?
Yeah. No, I feel like that's much better. The
Yeah.
cliche is the dinner, and I think dinner is the worst type of date there is. Yeah. Go ahead. You were
Yeah.
gonna say
Yeah,
Tosha?
I don't like dinner.
Big time. I'm gonna say like it's just for me it's gotta be something different, something unique, and it has to kind of expose if they have any red flags.
Mm-hmm.
So like for example, like go on a date to like a zoo, and if they see a really small enclosure, whether they think it's animal cruelty or they like it because it's small. Like
Talk about
like you
like
really
interview. Like,
no,
what are
it's
your
not an
thoughts
interview.
on
You're just using the date to find out if they match you and they
No,
have
I just imagine
inconspicuous
Tosha
way.
with a clipboard, like taking notes. So they do like the small enclosure. Okay, gotcha. That's it.
Promotes
No, I'm
animal
not doing
cruelty.
anything here. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
Oh, that's a minus. No, but like it's just got to be something interesting because I feel like you're not gonna find out anything on like a dinner date. Like
Mhm.
you really
Yeah.
like everyone already knows what the right things are to say, so you got to do something unconventional to like really see who they
and
are.
and not only that, like I feel like even if I went to dinner with a close friend, it just feels so awkward, right? It doesn't really lend to
yeah.
conversation. If you go on a dinner, like what are you gonna talk about? How the lobster is $20? Like what are you gonna talk about at a dinner date? It's like it's genuinely a struggle.
Officer's 20.
So the weather, huh? Weather's
Weather,
good
yeah,
outside, eh?
yeah,
No,
Yeah.
eating together is so awkward, dude. I can't
yeah.
even.
I
That's why you need
think
to be comfortable in silence, bro.
yeah,
Like,
right.
like at a
Well,
point.
first date silence is like
Yeah,
diabolical.
yeah, not
Okay,
first date. I'm talking about
diabolical.
when you're, yeah, when you're like already like a few months in at least.
Like,
First date, you shouldn't be doing
have you guys seen those dates where it's like the other person is on their phone and it's like personally I'll just die of embarrassment. Okay, like,
Oh
it's
yeah.
so
Yeah,
awkward. Yeah.
that, yeah,
Yeah, you can never do that.
that's just kind of disrespectful at the very least.
Yeah. Yeah. You were gonna say Sneha?
For me, I think like I agree with what you guys have been saying, but like definitely like going out to do an activity that's like relevant to the both of you. Maybe like a game cafe seems like a good a
Or
good
a cat
place.
cafe.
But I don't know if you guys a
We
cat
were trying to
cafe.
go to a cat cafe. Okay.
I was
It didn't
trying to
work
go to
out.
one.
Huh?
It didn't work out for me either.
Yeah, dude. I swear, like the closest one to me, they all look like ghettos. I swear to God. Like, I feel like if I'm gonna walk
What are you
around the corner,
talking
I'm
about?
gonna get
Like
shot up.
stray
They're
cats? Like
cat
what?
cafes, but what are they gonna like pull a gun? It's a cat cafe.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, but you were saying like just similarities, like places that you both like.
Yeah, like things that you've like talked about that I don't know. Just like things that are relevant to the both of you. I don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Okay. I think group dating is underrated. If I go in with a partner or like someone I don't know, and then someone else is also coming with a partner they don't know, like it's not only just us talking; it's the group dynamic as well, right? Like, let's say the date doesn't work out. There's a chance where you have like a new friend group, right? And I think that's highly underrated. And there's a lot more fun stuff you can do as a group. Like maybe you could do a D&D
Is
session.
You mean like a double
Yeah,
date?
like a double date, triple date, D&D session. You could do a game cafe. Game cafe is awkward. Game cafe is awkward to do with just like two people, I think. Right? I think it's better the more people you
Oh,
have.
that's true.
And like bowling with a lot of people is pretty fun. Okay, stuff like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, double dates they can be fun, but I feel like you're avoiding speaking directly with the person. Like you really just gotta man up and just
Okay.
speak to them.
I'll take that.
I
I'll
was
take
gonna
the
say,
notes.
I
I
was gonna
got you.
say,
Yeah.
it might feel like that you're also on a date with the person you brought. Like you might talk to them more. So
Mhm.
then, like in the end of the day, I feel like it might be more fun. It just like I don't know how successful it's gonna
Right.
be
Fair enough.
in the long.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
but it would be more fun for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Now back to the main point. We're talking about high school dating and everything, right? Okay.
Oh,
You
right.
guys have any final thoughts on this?
I don't know, man. I think like just go out there, like have some fun, like put your all into it, and if it doesn't work out, then you're gonna come out a better
Hmm.
person. So
Yeah.
I think it's worth trying, but obviously I'm not gonna criticize those that like didn't try. Like obviously high school has a lot of other parts except for dating.
Hmm.
So like it's totally fine.
Yeah. What about you, Sneha?
Yeah, I would say like definitely don't suppress your emotions because of like fear of commitment to a relationship. Like when you like feel those things and like you feel like you would be able to like give that to another person, like be in a relationship with them, just like commit to it fully and like commit to the process of like learning from it too.
Okay. What about you, Noah?
Um, I think, yeah, I think me personally, I didn't. Actually, I don't know. I'm still kind of conflicted. I'm not gonna
Hmm.
lie, because I understand like not getting into a relationship in high school and stuff like that. Like that makes complete sense to me. But I see how it could be like really valuable,
Hmm.
like going forward. Getting into a like serious relationship in high school too, you have to be sure.
Hmm.
But like, it happens. Like you can do long distance afterwards. Like I'm not gonna be like it's impossible. So I'm still a little conflicted, but honestly, either way, I think you'll be fine. Because even if you don't get into any, college is probably where you'll make better relationships,
Hmm.
if anything like that, or like ones that'll last longer. So
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. I agree with the. There's a lot of valuable things to learn from a relationship, and I think like that compared to like a lot of other things that can quote unquote make you grow. Because when you're going in a relationship with someone, it's like you can do everything. You can do a lot of things right, right? But if you're doing things wrong, it'll definitely be pointed out to you. Like you'll definitely know the thing you're doing wrong, and there's definitely at least something you'll learn, unless you're a perfect person, which I doubt any of us are, right? So you go there, right? You can expect to learn something, and then yeah, just go on with your life with that lesson, with the higher emotional intelligence. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Okay, all right. Okay, Noah, you ready to tell us your hot take?
I don't know how hot mine is because I haven't really like discussed this with too many people.
Okay.
But mine was, I think roommates are overrated. I think having a
Oh,
single in college is better.
okay. Okay, first impressions, first thoughts.
Hmm.
I disagree.
I disagree too.
Ooh.
I think I
Okay,
disagree.
so
Those
you
are
you
really
brought the
hot.
hottest take around, actually, Noah.
I thought it might have been cold, bro, because that's like an option to have a single. But um, to explain myself, I think it's very like possible to make friends outside of. I guess it depends on the college, first of all, but like it's very possible to make friends outside of like rooming with someone in school. There's a bunch of like clubs and things like that, and you're gonna make friends in like classes and things like that, or at least like you can try. I feel like there's so many opportunities to make friends, and at least in first year. So I'm talking about freshman year, but in first year, there's like a lot going on. I feel like there's um academics that firstly I want to focus on academics like first year because falling behind is like really not good in college. So I have to focus on that and things like that. And just having like a roommate is kind of rough, especially if you don't like mix well with them. If you find like a roommate or if they're like a friend or something like that, you already know, then I wouldn't be opposed to that. But I'm saying like a random roommate, like I don't know, you know. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think you would be lonely, or at least I wouldn't be lonely. I would honestly feel like comfortable in a single. Um, yeah, that's like my take.
Okay, I'm curious about what Sneha thinks because I feel like. Go ahead.
Well, oh, okay, I think I would disagree. I think like that comfort, like you should like if you think you'll be comfortable in that situation, like wait, I'm not like trying to give advice to anyone, but I think for me personally, like I I just like the idea of like living with someone and like accommodate or like I think being able to accommodate like another person in your room is like an important skill first of all, and it's like a built-in friend. Like the colleges, like they go through the process of like matching you with someone. Um, and sometimes it doesn't work out, but a lot of the times like you'll have like some shared interests at least. So at least I think it'll help you ease into the friend making process. I feel
Your
like
college
being in a
matches you. Okay, my college doesn't. Okay, that.
please.
Bro, my college matches us, but everything I read online, they're like, my roommate hates me. They're nothing like me. So that's,
Really?
I guess that's like part of the reason
Yeah.
that I'm a little scared of
And
that.
honestly, you can always like apply to a different. If the roommate is that bad, you can always like fill out a room like switch requests and stuff like that, right? At your college.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying like don't room. I just think that they're a little overrated
Okay.
because when I mentioned like maybe getting like a single, everybody told me you're gonna be lonely, and I was like, I don't know. I feel like it would be like fine, like it wouldn't be that bad, especially first year. Like Like I'll find a group of friends in 4 years,
Yeah.
bro. Like I have time.
Yeah, I have things
No,
to
I
say.
don't know, man. I feel like
Go ahead, go ahead.
sorry. I feel like although like some people just prefer living with their own sanitary conditions and whatnot, and like I get that having alone time is good, but like I feel like your roommates will become your second family, especially in a new
Hmm.
environment. Like you're gonna be away from everyone, and you're forced to see these people every day, and that conditions you to have someone to rely on. And I think if you're in a single, it's gonna be a little bit difficult to make friends, especially when everyone else have these predetermined group of people that they live with day and night.
Well, you still have like dorm mates. You're just not living in the same room. Is my like thing. Like you have like a neighbors that you see every
Well,
day.
sure you do, but those neighbors they have roommates, and like I don't know, I would just feel
Not
a little bit
Oh,
if you live in the
how
same room.
close are you guys with
with
your
other
neighbors,
single.
like in your neighborhood?
I'm not. I used to be when I was in my old neighborhood. I was so close, but I'm in my new one. There's no kids. It's just everyone's 60 or older,
Okay,
so
fair
I'm
enough.
not very close.
Fair enough. What about you, Tosha?
I don't know about you.
No, I'm decently close. Like
Oh, yeah.
I have like a couple friends, yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like yeah, I mean like if you're good at making friends, you really don't have to worry about it. I just think roommates are a nice way for people who are scared of leaving home to like find another group of people to hang out with.
Mm,
I just think it's nice to have.
yeah.
I I guess that's like a part of it for me too. Because for me, I'm like, I'm not scared to leave. I'm like low-key excited to like leave. I've been here for like 17 years. I want to get out, you know? So,
Yeah.
like, a part of that is just like, I want to experience like something new. And like with that comes like, me wanting like sense of independence and things like that. So that probably does play a part of it. I mean, it's different for everybody, obviously. It's just, I feel like singles are like, single roommates like really underrated. I don't feel like it's that like bad per se. And after college and things like that, you might get like an apartment or like something like that. You have like a pretty high chance. I won't say like for sure, but like of living alone. And that's like to me, that's like the new scary experience that I'm like worried about because I've lived with I've lived with people all my life. I have my family. Living alone, like I need to figure out how to do that. I need to learn how to be like independent. Maybe it's too early for that in college. I don't know, but that's just like something I want to experience.
Hmm. I see.
Good point.
Do you remember when you were talking about like being comfortable in silence with around other people? Do you remember that, Noah? I
Yeah,
feel like roommates is like having roommates is the most ideal situation to develop that type of connection with. Like when you're being forced to be around these
yeah.
people.
I mean, I'm not saying having roommates is like bad. I think saying roommates is overrated is the wrong way to say it. But I needed a clickbait title,
Okay,
so
right.
I said
We
that.
we all
But
clicked on it. That's for sure.
but I
Yeah.
I just I think that I think having a single is just like underrated is what I'm saying. Having a roommate
Okay.
is fine. Like I'm gonna have a roommate in my college experience. I just don't want one in my first year.
Okay.
Um, but it's just I don't know. And there's other ways to develop like close relationships. I feel like I'm gonna like look to join like a bunch of clubs. I want to be like social in the school.
Yeah.
I just
No, I
don't
agree with you.
feel like I need to.
It's not that I'm saying I'm not. It's not that I'm saying that you think roommates are bad. I'm saying that I think roommates are underrated. So yeah, because
Well,
because look, it's like when you can't really compare friends and family. Like what Tosha was saying about family, it's not gonna be exactly family, but like when you're around people you're forced to be with, it's like you just develop a different kind of connection with them. It's like you're not gonna get that many opportunities for that in your life. Like even if you get an apartment with the roommate, right? Like in the future as you grow as an adult, like the tone is gonna be different. Like college roommates is like it's just a separate thing by itself. Like it's just a totally separate connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Oh, so,
no, I understand like what you're saying of there shouldn't be that much like slander against singles. Like it should be like your own kind of decision and it shouldn't be looked down upon. Like if you're like the type of person who like needs that space to like work by yourself or like recharge after a long day. But I also think like what Vignesh was saying, like a roommate experience just like at least once in your life is important. Uh, just like developing the ability to like accommodate other people's living styles and like different types of personalities uh, is like something you should develop during college, which you said you were like planning on like rooming at least once. So yeah.
Yeah, I just I think honestly I think I was gonna room for like third and fourth year. So I'm gonna room for at least half. I was thinking about second year too. It's just freshman year that I don't think I'm gonna room in. I don't know. It's randomized, so I could be in a quad.
Oh,
Oh,
I'll I'll see.
Quad.
I don't want to be in a quad, bro.
I'm guaranteed
Yeah,
to be in a
look
quad,
like.
but yeah, I'm not.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh, good
yes.
luck. I'm praying
Do you
for
know
you.
your roommates though?
Kind of, kind of. They all apparently go to the gym. That's all I know about them.
That's good.
Get them games.
Yes, yes, yeah. At least I'll see a lot of protein powder lying around. So yeah, uh,
The only thing I'm worried about is just like sometimes roommates can be nasty and they can
yeah,
like not have hygiene and it's just that sucks so bad. Like if you have to pick up after someone's trash, there's really nothing you can do about it
yeah.
unless you like file a petition for another roommate, which is like way too difficult. So like I guess you're taking a risk, but I feel like usually you'll find someone decent and it's worth the reward.
I just don't know if that's true.
It's
Like
a,
I don't know
no.
if
I
it's
think I think a comedy. I think it's kind of like a dichotomy for life. Okay, like stay with me, guys. Okay, like I feel like life is not going to be what you want it to
close.
be. Okay, and just being able to adapt to other people not doing what they're supposed to do is a valuable skill to have.
Yeah, but there's like points in my life where I could it would be great if there wasn't such difficulty. You know, like of
Mhm.
course you have to face like adversity and things like that. But like when you're going through other adversities and like academics and like social life and clubs and things like that, like there's some points in life where it's like you can't handle all that. You know,
Mhm.
and that's why I'm like saying like freshman year I don't want to do it because freshman year I think is going to be like one of the busiest I think in college, freshman and senior at least.
Also, I also think it will give you some like insights into some patterns of like people who don't really like take care of like their own living space, right? Like let's say you're looking for a relationship, right? And like you're eventually gonna live with
Yeah,
this person, right? That's the point of like doing a relationship, like you move in a house, right? I think being in a roommate
yeah.
with them is I think you can start to recognize these patterns and be like, oh wait, like he's starting to remind me of my old roommate. Maybe I should break up with this person because I don't want to be in that living space with them, you know, before it starts to get really bad.
I see that.
I see that too.
Do you see that too, Sneha?
I,
yeah.
It's not that hot of a take. Like I get it. Like a single, like you just have your own space to exist. Like it's
I feel like okay, you like people complain about like other people like messes and stuff like that. But like if you're in a single and like you're going through a bad time, you're gonna have a pretty messy space. And like just like if your roommates are good as well, like they'll be there to support you, like help you clean up and stuff like that. And like you'll be able to help them clean up. It's like kind of like a support system in a way.
that sounds like a very wholesome roommate experience.
Okay.
I don't know if it's
I
gonna be
don't
like
know if
that, bro.
that's how they all are.
Okay.
I highly doubt like the other dude that's also going through a bunch of stress is gonna start like picking up like your old
Right.
clothes because they feel
Guess who
bad.
got a
Okay,
trash
let's
bag?
stress. Let's meditate.
Finishing thoughts, guys.
Yeah, wrapping up.
Practice. Group leader.
You go first, Neha. I'm still thinking.
Okay, final thoughts. I think, like, okay, for me personally, I would benefit, I think, a lot from a roommate experience because, like, I've had a roommate before, and I've like done some things wrong with like being a roommate because I think I didn't do well with like establishing boundaries, uh, and I like I love my roommate, but like there's just things that I could have done better. So I think being able to apply the things that I learned and like developing more in my ability to accommodate other people's like needs, like living styles, whatever, is good. And it'll also like I think first year roommating, having a roommate first year is good to uh like what's the word I'm looking
It's
for?
for the plot, yeah.
For
For
the
the
plot.
plot. Just like getting into the college experience.
Okay. What about you guys?
That's fair. Yeah, I'm gonna just say that like it's cool being in a single and like obviously I'm worried that I won't get my own room for an entire 4 years, but I think having roommates and living with someone will build like such good relationships that it's really worth losing personal that personal room.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Has your take changed, Noah?
Oh, yeah, no, I see. I definitely see like more value in like having a roommate and being able to compromise when you're in a living space and like being able to like grow a lasting relationship. I still think singles are a little underrated though.
Okay.
I still think like having your own space for your first year, like there's nothing like really that bad
Yeah,
about it.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair.
What do you think, Vignesh?
I think okay. I don't think you should get any hate for being in a single. I just think okay. I think most like of the people who are giving you hate for having a single want a single themselves. You know, but yeah, uh,
It's just
yeah, just
jealousy, man.
jealousy. Yeah,
I bet.
because like
Yeah.
yeah, they're
For not
gonna
getting one.
yeah, they're gonna be like it's all daddy's money, right? But but yeah, I don't think you should get any hate for it, but I do think it's worth the experience, right? I think it's like the amount of stories and the amount of memories you'll get. It's like you only get to live once, right? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's my take. Okay.
Yo, what was our group take? We had a group hot take, but I forgot what it was. It was so good.
Oh,
Just one.
it's anime.
Yeah, our hot take is anime is overrated.
Oh, you know
Oh.
what's funny? Sawada's hot take on this was gonna be that anime is a green flag. Watching anime is a green flag. So yeah,
You serious?
yeah.
Who is who is making that a hot take, bro?
Watching
That's
anime is over. I want you. I
dark.
want you to elaborate. Okay, go ahead.
Uh,
All right, I'll start. I feel like it's kind of silly. And whenever like I watch like okay, I feel like I'm insulting you guys cuz
No, look,
I know you've
Neha.
seen like
Okay, I
so
introduced
many.
Neha to anime like a few weeks ago, so she's not really part of the anime community yet. Yeah,
Yeah.
so she. I don't think she'll be
Oh,
offended.
she's getting introduced. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like I feel like it's just like a little silly and I think it's kind of immature. Like it's kind of to me it's comparable to like watching Love Island or something. Like all the plots are so like basic to me and like I don't know. I know it sounds like a little insulting, but
Okay.
to me I don't know. I'm just not a fan, bro.
Okay. Oh, well, what's your
Like I
elaboration?
tried watching it.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. No, no. I thought Tosha was done. Yeah, Tosha, go ahead.
No, who me?
No.
you.
Okay, Tosha, if you're done, Noah, go ahead. Okay, I thought you were done,
I'm
Tosha.
done.
Okay.
um, I'm gonna be honest. I never even watched. I don't have like any like crazy reasoning. Honestly, don't think it's too bad. I just never was able to get into it. I can't really explain why. I don't know. I know it sounds stupid, but like I don't have like a good reasoning.
Mhm.
I just see like I think about like all of my friends watch it, and then I think I watched like Attack on Titan. I don't know. Is that like if that's
That's
like
the that's the
really really
one
good?
anime I made Sneha watch. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like it was pretty good, but it was I guess like really long.
Yeah.
It's like it's like dragged out, which I think is the case with a lot of them. Honestly, I just wanted to say this. I came up with this just because I knew you liked anime.
Oh, me? Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I just wanted to rage.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
I'm gonna delete this episode. Okay.
but I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I don't have like see anything wrong with it. Like I still watch like Phineas and Ferb
No, but
sometimes.
like it's
Like
a little over dramatized. Like I used to watch like a little bit of Haikyuu or whatever, and like it would just annoy me by how much like over dramatization. And like I guess you could call it like an art style, but at some point it feels
it is.
it feels just stupid to
Okay.
me.
See. Okay. You kind of heard anime from like Rishi talking about. Oh my god! I'm gonna jump serve them all. I'm gonna look so cool. Like that's the type of
She's leaving a
anime
hate
you
comment
hear
today.
about. Okay. But usually it's not that corny. Okay, for lack of a better term. Okay. Like. Okay.
Like, are you sure though? Because like I was like, for example, I saw Haikyuu fans on Instagram, and they're
Okay.
like these like 5'1" dudes in like the orange jerseys, and like they can't even play volleyball. Like I just feel like Like the fan base is just like it's a little silly.
No, you see, that's like the extreme, okay? That's like the Disney parents, okay? Like most fans, I assure you, are not like that, okay? I'm not pulling up with the jersey to like volleyball gyms and stuff like that, okay? There's like certain fans and there's super fans, okay? But okay, one thing I will say though is that you have to think of it from the perspective of like people like when the anime came out, people weren't binging these episodes. They came out every week. So at the end of each episode, you have like a week to kind of internalize what happened and like look forward and like kind of predict what happens and then see what happens next week, right? I think that's integral, like part of the integral experience. Like that's when like Attack on Titan doesn't drag on if you're like waiting for a next episode to pop on next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you think like binging it kind of ruins the experience.
Right thing, right? It's like it's just like a different experience. Okay. Also, okay, I do agree with you. Like anime can be a little bit dramatized, but it's just kind of the thing of like you have to think of it from the perspective of like anime is manga that's anime, right? People who are reading the manga that want more of an experience will be watching the anime, right? If you just want the story by itself, you go read the manga, and like that lends itself to like you want to dramatize it a little bit more because you want people to get more out of the experience that they already know the story from. Does that make sense? It's not like
Like maybe I could just never get into it because like I feel like it's just completely unrealistic. It's like watching Love Island or something. Like everything just feels so like out of the ordinary and like unrealistic that like I can just never like actually enjoy what I'm
mhm.
watching.
Okay. Do you guys enjoy watching cartoons in general?
I
Yeah, but it's different.
Okay,
Yeah.
like
I
how
think it is.
how different? Like, what would you say are like the different aspects between like animes and cartoons?
Like I don't take it that seriously. Like I'm not worried SpongeBob is gonna die when he's like going on some like rock or something. Like and like usually cartoons like they don't have a plot development over different episodes.
Okay.
Like SpongeBob, like Loud House, like all these sitcoms, usually like it's just one thing happens and then it's resolved. Like in The Simpsons and whatnot.
So you don't like the commitment.
No, I do. I like the commitment when it's realistic. Not when it's like some like kid trying to I don't know, dude.
But like I'd argue that anime is more realistic than cartoons because it's like real. It's like relationships that are real, like stakes that are real. Bad things can happen. It's kind of like real life in that sense.
I mean, maybe. I never feel like it's like a realistic depiction of what could
When you
happen.
look at
Like I can never
SpongeBob,
imagine
then
it
you're
happen.
like, oh my god, this is so realistic.
No, but it's different, bro. Like cartoons, like they're made to be like just fun to watch, and I don't expect the plot to really like
Matt.
thicken over like different seasons.
Okay.
But like if I'm watching like a rom-com like movie, like I really feel like I'm in it and like I'm like genuinely worried what's gonna happen next. But
You
like
guys
in
don't like
anime, like
that?
I just don't feel that.
You guys don't like having the plot thicken?
No, I do. I like when the plot is like real.
Okay.
Leave me out of this, bro. I'm not saying this. You guys, bro.
Neha, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah. Snare's
Wait,
perspective is unique because like she only got into anime like a few weeks ago, so like she gets to say like her first impression. She can remember that quite clearly.
So she's been recently corrupted.
Right,
Okay.
right. Yeah, I've infected her.
Effective.
Yeah.
my life hasn't changed.
No one's saying that. No one is saying that.
Oh no.
Let's see. Um, I don't know. Like, okay, I just like enjoy watching it because like I wouldn't watch it alone. I think I don't know. I just like talking about what happens as it's happening with other people. Like I think it's fun to watch with other people.
Okay,
Um,
I think your perspective may be a little bit different on this because like when we watch it, we just make jokes like nonstop, like as you're watching the thing.
yeah,
So it's like, yeah,
maybe that's corrupting the
yeah.
experience.
But, like just thinking
Um,
about like just the watching experience, just in general, like what like stands out to you?
um, like I'll never become. I don't think I'll ever become an anime enthusiast. Like I have a boss at work and he loves anime and like his eyes literally lit up when I told him I was watching Attack on Titan. So I don't think I'll get to that point ever, but like I ugh, I don't even I like I don't know how qualified I am on this. Like people are not gonna like me for this, but like it's not my favorite thing to watch, but I like the thickening of the plot.
Okay. Okay.
But it's not
For
your
for
favorite.
It's not
yeah,
my favorite.
obviously. Yeah, her favorite is Gilmore Girls. Okay, let's get that straight. Okay, she likes Gilmore
Right.
Girls.
Gilmore Girls?
Yeah,
I watched some.
Everyone loves Gilmore Girls.
I love Gilmore Girls, but it's not my favorite. Okay. Yeah.
That's true. I love a song from it though. It's a song.
Okay,
Oh
wait.
my
So,
gosh.
what anime have you guys watched so far? Like, just list them out.
I think I watched a little bit of Haikyuu at one point,
Okay.
and
Yeah, I watched a little Haikyuu.
I
If you
watched
know Rishi,
like
you're gonna
5
watch
episodes.
Haikyuu. It's just like inevitable. But yeah.
I watched like 5 episodes of Attack on Titan, and it was like it was good. I'm not gonna like hate it. It wasn't. It was just like when I was like, oh, I wonder if we're almost out of the season, and then I click out and I see like 10 gazillion
Okay,
episodes.
you can't say that when you're saying Simpsons. Okay, Simpsons is the longest
He
running
said
TV show.
That was him.
Okay?
That was him.
Yeah, dude,
That
but
was
The
him.
Simpsons,
That was him.
dude, stop. Simpsons, it's like there's no like stupid plot over like 16 seasons where Homer slowly starts liking Marge or something.
The plot is within each episode.
And then
Like,
on
it's
like season 55 they kiss or something.
Okay,
Like,
look, I'll be fair with you. Okay, you guys know One Piece, the anime.
yeah,
oh my god.
It's
super long one.
Is 1,000 plus episodes, and like I don't understand. It's not. I don't like the anime, and also who has time to watch? By the time you're done with 1,000 episodes, you probably could have graduated med school. Okay, let's be honest. Okay, but yeah, it's genuinely insane. Like those people, I don't understand. Okay, like I don't associate myself with those people. Okay, but I think when you're saying anime is overrated, it's like saying comedy and drama is overrated. It's a genre. Like there's so many different types of anime out there. Like you guys said you watched one anime. You may have not liked that one anime, but there's so many out there. So many out there.
I had a question. Is watching anime like stigmatized? Like, do people think it's like weird if you watch anime? I thought it was
If
like
you're in a room with
people
Tosha
thought
and
you were
Noah,
cool.
it's like stigmatized. But
You better turn it off. You better turn it off.
Turn that TV off.
yeah.
No, but
You're a victim.
how bad
I
did
mean,
you
look,
think about it?
I look. Me
Like
and
you said,
Sneha, we're in a friend group that it's like, I feel like anime, the amount of anime they watch should be stigmatized, but it's not. You know, like we're fine with it. Okay, so yeah,
No, I I don't like. I'm not gonna like judge people for watching anime.
yeah,
Like almost like all of my friends do, bro,
yeah.
and all of his do too, kind of. But like, I thought it was like I didn't think it was stigmatized. I didn't know that.
And also,
I guess watch if you watch like too much, like if you're
it's
like,
definitely
oh,
it was definitely stigmatized like in the past before, but it's become a lot more mainstream nowadays. I'll tell you that for sure. Okay,
yeah,
like
that's what
but I
okay.
still think nowadays if we call the weeb, it's like a derogatory term. Like no one takes weeb as a
I
compliment.
was,
Yeah,
I'm like scared to say it, bro. I feel like it's
it's
I
like
know, but
it's like a slur.
I feel like anime is almost unhealthy because some people watch it so much that it's like
That's the case with the
Yeah,
anime
that goes
shows,
with
though.
anything.
no, really
If
though.
you
Like
watch all of
no one
Simpsons,
watches
there's something
that
wrong with you.
much.
Yeah, bro. Disney adults, bro. Disney adults.
No one watches like
Disney
all
adults
of
are
The
worse.
Simpsons. Okay,
Okay.
like it's just not a thing, dude.
People
Okay.
do. People do.
Are you against me? This is our
No,
group.
I kind of am. Like this doesn't make any sense.
Like you don't hear about like Simpson lovers that
No,
like
I agree with the fact
like
that
it's
like
anime is like known for just like having people watch it for like hours a day, and
Okay.
I hate that.
I agree with the fact that like the plot can be drawn out sometimes, and like with like The Simpsons, like there's a plot within each episode. Like you don't have to watch
Okay,
like
look,
season 1, episode 1, to know like season 5, episode like 15.
guys,
You know?
what's the difference between like a really long plot in a TV show and a really long plot in a game? I feel like they're similar up to a point.
Well, a game is usually short. I feel like games like I could like speed on a game in like
Yeah,
6 hours, bro.
Okay, let's say we're talking about like a Red Dead 2 and Cyberpunk 2077. Like I feel like the amount of time you spent finishing that game and like really enjoying it is around the same time as like an anime.
I don't play those games.
I mean,
Oh,
like
So I just
maybe,
don't like
bro.
those
But
either.
like, you're the one playing it. Like,
You played Red Dead?
yeah, I played Red Dead.
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah. Like tell me what's your perspective on it? Like, isn't it around the same thing? Like you spend a lot of time. Red Dead's a long game.
Yes, but you're the one playing it. Like, I really like. I don't like watching characters make moves over like 50 episodes. It's like watching like daily chess moves. Like,
Okay,
it's
I was about to
so
make the comparison. Like,
boring.
do you like watching chess games? Yeah, like yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like watching bullet chess. I don't like watching
Okay.
like
Magnus
super
Chase
long.
moves his rook.
And like, it's also like it also sucks for any new viewers because like if you're watching some anime, you've seen like 1,000 episodes, and they can't just go into the middle of it like other TV shows. Instead, they have to
You
start from
you
the very
can.
beginning.
I think it's a different watching. I think you can definitely recover. Like if you watch from the 500th episode, I think you can pick it up. Okay, by the time like you're 30 episodes
Of
in.
One Piece, yes, you can pick it up after like the 400th episode
Okay.
of like trying to understand what's going on. But
Yeah.
like it's hard for people to like join it.
Yeah.
And
Okay. I
like
think
I
part of it
think people.
also is that there's a much larger sense of community. Like if you're watching an anime and then you go on a subreddit about the anime, there's a lot of like inside jokes about the anime that you wouldn't really get in any other form of media. Like I think guys, there's no inside
Yeah.
jokes in SpongeBob. It's just a bunch of memes, right? But there's
That's
like
not
That's
true.
crazy.
That's not true. Are we serious?
You're talking
Are
to
we?
the wrong people.
That's not. He's talking, bro. I know
Except
every
the inside
episode.
jokes in
Every
SpongeBob are
episode.
actually funny.
okay, SpongeBob was
No,
a
but
bad
actually,
example.
actually, there are inside jokes, bro.
Okay,
I
inside
swear
jokes in
to every.
like Simpsons or something. Okay, like I think the inside jokes
Okay,
hit different when there's a
that's
plot that's
I'm not
going on.
serious.
Okay,
You're going nowhere, Vignesh. You're going nowhere.
okay,
Like The
okay.
Simpsons
Just
is
like the
almost like
Simpsons
all
plot, I'm
like
going
inside.
nowhere. Okay,
Right.
gotcha. Okay,
That's well, there is no plot, but that's like
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
like good.
it's a TV show, bro. Like it's
okay.
just meant for that. I just feel
Okay, well,
like
but what I do
people that watch
understand, you guys
anime.
just not like the plot aspect of it. Is like you just not like plot in general.
I don't like people that watch anime sometimes because I feel like they block you out from like actually knowing what's going on. And like they just brag about the fact that they've seen so much more than you. And
Okay,
so like they know
okay.
more
As a
like
normal
random facts
anime
about it.
watcher, I don't go up to people like I watched all of Attack on Titan. Not trying to beg. I don't do that. Okay, you're talking about the weirdos. Okay, people who watch anime watch it and just go along with their lives. Okay. Okay,
I
I think
Probably.
this is hate for people who are just like have an unhealthy relationship with anime. Okay, I think if you have a healthy relationship with anime, I think things are alright. I think I've learned a lot from anime too. Like that compared to other mediums, like there's just a lot of life lessons to get from a medium that's just like it's animated. Like there's a plot that thickens. There's like a thing you watch. There's a community you're integrated in. I think it's experienced by itself. So yeah, that's
What's a
my
life
opinion.
lesson you learned from
Um,
anime?
like there's like so in Haikyuu, right? You know how like volleyball teams they have their own banners and stuff. That's like a whole thing of Haikyuu, right? So there's this
Hmm.
one called "We Don't Need the Memories," right? And it's all about like, hey, just like be focused on the present. Don't let the past hinder you. What's in the past is the past. Like move on. Like I learned that from anime. It was like video essays about anime. Like I actually have the banner up. If you guys get yeah, the banner up right there.
Oh, that's what that
Yeah,
is?
I've seen that in person before.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
yeah. Stuff like that, you know. Yeah, that's
I mean,
like one out
I
of the
get it. I'm
many.
not against anime.
Yeah. Okay.
I just think it could become something like a little bit unhealthy to an extent, and
Yeah.
people can be a little toxic if they like overwatch it.
Hmm.
But I think in general, like it's okay. It's just not for me.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Any? Do you guys want to wrap it up? Final thoughts? Okay.
I don't know, man. I've said all I've had to say. I mean,
Said a lot.
I'm not against anime. I was trying to be a little bit controversial,
No, that's
but
fair. That's what you're supposed to do on this
Right,
podcast.
man.
Okay. Okay. Sneha, do you want to start with your final thoughts?
Um, yeah, I mean, oh, okay, I don't know. I still stick with my initial thing. Like I get where like your concern is coming from, like that experience that you had probably was not pleasant, but like, sorry. Um,
I don't know.
Don't
but
bring it up.
yeah,
It's a sore topic.
um, I don't know. I find like it's kind of hard for me to connect with a group if like they're really in on like something that I can't get into that much. So I get what you're saying. But I don't know. I don't think it deserves hate, which I also know you're not saying that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Noah?
For me, I think the main like issues that I usually have with anime is just like I mentioned, the plot like really gets drawn out sometimes, and I don't know. Usually, I don't like that. Like I'm not saying I don't like plot. Like I like
Like you rather just go on reels,
shows
right?
like 5 seasons. No, I don't watch her reels.
Okay.
But like I'm talking about like a show that's like 5 seasons, like 10 episodes each. Like that's like good, it's not drawn out or anything. But like to a point, it gets to a point when you go like to like 10 seasons or something like that. It's the same with all shows really. It's just like something that I noticed in like a lot of animes. And sometimes like you said, it can be like some of the shows can be corny, but like I don't think that's like an issue. That's just like I don't like the show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have any issues with anime, but
Yeah.
I never actually got into it. I watched like 5 episodes of Attack on Titan, and it was good. I just didn't want to watch all.
Mm-hmm.
I was like already in like two other shows. I was already binging two other shows, so I just didn't continue.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
I don't have any issues with anime.
Yeah. I must say that like anime's fine. I just think sometimes the culture can be a little toxic to
Mm-hmm.
newcomers.
For sure.
But I
So
think
there are communities there are specific anime communities that are more toxic than others. Like for information.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But like in general it's okay. It's not my cup of tea and I think
Yeah,
that's chill.
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I agree with the points you guys have said. Like coming from the perspective of an anime that's all you finish and you're watching it, it can seem like a drag. Like what I said before, if you're coming from a perspective of like people are waiting years for these seasons to come out, and like when they do come out, they're waiting every week. So like there is that stimulation that goes for it. There's something
Yeah.
so like nice
Oh
about
yeah.
like let's say in the middle of school week, right? And, like on Wednesday, there's an episode coming out of my favorite anime, right? There's something you can't replace about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
There's something so nice about that
There's
experience. Yeah, and the
I
community. Oh yeah, go ahead.
sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to point out like I know what you mean because there's like series and stuff like that I've watched that do the same thing.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's just hard now
Mm-hmm.
because
For sure.
I mean, there's definitely some like animes that are like still dropping. I guess it's just like a lot of the major ones, of course, are stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So it's harder to get into it. But continue what you're saying because
Yeah.
I interrupted.
No, I get what you mean by like the major ones. Like every season, there's like new anime dropping. You just have to like kind of be in the loop, and like that takes a time. So like I don't blame you.
Yeah,
But you can definitely get that experience nowadays, because it's becoming more and more mainstream. But I was trying to say like there's that experience what I was saying about like the community, right? And it's like it's not the community in the sense of like if you go on a date with someone and they like anime, there's so much to talk about. Like if you're really passionate
yeah.
about it, right? There's a lot of inside jokes you can say. Like, sure, that's the same as SpongeBob, but like, would you really go on a date and talk about SpongeBob? Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You don't know.
absolutely.
You don't
Yeah,
know how.
Best date of
Yeah,
my life.
you
yeah,
don't know how. I would 100%
yeah,
go on a date and talk
But I
about
get what you mean,
yeah,
like having a fan base is cool.
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Just being part of that community is really nice. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like especially during like COVID year and like pandemic year, it's like things started to feel so isolated, right? It's like even going to stuff like Twitch or like just being part of like the quote unquote Dream SMP, right? Stuff like that just to make yourself more integrated in the community when you just feel so far away from other people. It's just like a really nice feeling, right? I think that's part of what
For
anime
sure.
provides, and yeah, and it's also a great way to like learn life lessons and stuff like that, but like putting yourself in the shoes. But yeah, also I think it's also extensive medium. It's not just about like the specific anime, but like I think I've said enough, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, yeah,
No, I get what you mean. All right.
yeah,
Well, we all agree to disagree.
yeah. We all agree to disagree. We all agree it's not our cup of tea. I don't know what tea we're drinking, but yeah, yeah. Okay.
The right tea, but whatever.
The right
The
tea.
correct.
Okay. All right. this was a great episode, guys. Thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it.
For sure, yeah.
Okay. There were some technical difficulties, but we've roughed them out. You know, a couple of apps that
We
had
made
to
it
go.
through. We made it through.
We made it through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Okay, a great rest of summer. Okay.
Absolutely. You too.
Bye.
Take care.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.